Welcome back, guys. Alright, it's another one of Nick Perna's quick movie reviews. Tonight's movie, I went to go see the new Helen, Mirren, and Jason Clarke horror film, Winchester. Now, the Winchester mansion has that urban legend of being a haunted mansion in North America, where supposedly the lady builds room after room after room in no immediate way, like shape or form. They just keep building onto it to help stop demons or spirits or something. That's what I read in a BuzzFeed article about the Winchester mansion like a year and a half ago or something like that. So I was intrigued by this idea of a Winchester movie. I was like, they've done the Amityville Horror. They've done Annabelle like 8 different times. So yeah, this is kind of cool. They're going to take a North American urban legend of a haunting and make a movie out of it. And then they casted Helen Mirren. You're like, awesome. She's a great actress. This should be a good film. Well, guys, it's not. Like, in any way, shape, or form is this a good movie. It is an extremely boring movie. There's not very many jump scares at you. So if you're looking to really get your adrenaline pumped or stuff like that, it's not going to give you that. What it does give you in ideas of... they do have some really awesome visuals, especially with Jason Clarke, who's a very... I don't really know how to explain, but he's got a very older look for a modern person. And so whenever they film these period pieces and he's placed in these films, he really looks like he's part of that time period. And I thought that was really kind of cool, especially how they shot different angles with him and stuff like that. So that was really kind of the only plus side I could find in this movie. There's not a lot. Even Helen Mirren in this film is pretty mediocre. Like, she does her job well, don't get me wrong, but it's almost as if like she was just like cashing it in, just like, I'm here for a paycheck or something. So from a scale from Paul Rudd to 10, I'm going to give this a 3. So it's something. But speaking of Paul Rudd, Z Lightning asked me, commented on my Captain America post about my beef with Paul Rudd. So, I'm going to go ahead and explain the quick story of me and Paul Rudd. I'm going to be upfront and honest right off the bat. Paul Rudd is nothing wrong with the story at all. He's a great guy. He didn't do anything wrong. It was me who did everything wrong. Like 10 years ago, I was like 23, 24, something like that. Young, stud, constantly drunk. And I would frequent a bar here in Kansas City, Coach's off 103rd, which is no longer, service, rest in peace. But that was my bar. I would spend like $300 to $500 a week at this bar. Just, hanging out with my friends, drinking, doing shots, being stupid. So, that was my place. Now, in walks Paul Rudd, fresh off Anchorman, right? So he's got a bit of a rep. And not to mention, the girls love him because of his perfectly coiffed hair, that charming smile, whatever. So he comes in, and of course, all the girls, start talking to him. He's got his own little posses, but all he wants to do is sit over in his little corner and drink. I'm like, whatever. I'm just as entertaining as Paul Rudd. So what do? I'm a complete asshole and start hollering how much Clueless sucked. So I become very obnoxious in my drunken state. And the manager of the bar that I frequent came up to me and told me that I needed to leave because of Paul Rudd. Now, I have no idea if Paul Rudd actually went to the manager, Debbie, and asked her to have me removed. I'm going to say he did. But I have no proof to follow that up with. But I'm sure he did. He probably didn't. He seems like a charming, delightful individual. But he did. And so I got kicked out of my bar. So because of that, Paul Rudd is now the root of all evil. I am just as capable of Paul Rudd. I'm from the Midwest. I have a perfectly flocked hair. I have a delightful smile. I don't have either of those. So whatever, fuck Paul Rudd. And because of that, he is the bottom of the barrel. I did like Ant-Man though, and he was great in America, or the Wet Hot American Summer, movie and TV show. But whatever. Fuck Paul Rudd. Alright, so that's my quick movie review. Winchester, don't go see it. Next week, I think it's Annihilation, so I'm pretty stoked to check that out. If you guys got any other movies you guys want me to do some reviews on, give me some comments, questions, whatever. Comment away. Subscribe. And I will check you guys next week sometime. Peace out.